Welcome to College Smart Radio, helping you bring into focus the true cost of college and how to tackle the runaway costs of financing a college education. College Smart Radio is hosted by Beatrice Schultz, a certified financial planner and co-founder of Westface College Planning. Now, here's your host for College Smart Radio, Beatrice Schultz.
Hi, I'm Beatrice Schultz. Welcome to our weekly show, College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway cost of a college education. Our show is all about bringing up-to-date and practical advice to parents who are dealing with the cost of a college education for their kids. With a private school costing up to $60,000 a year, a UC costing close to $35,000, and a California State University running $25,000, people need more help than ever. We bring you that help by sharing ways to pay less, tapping into financial aid, and prioritizing your source of funds to make sure you get through the most expensive years of your life. Based on my own education and experience, I share my insights with you week in and week out. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering and a Master's degree in International Business. I am a certified financial planner and the owner of the San Carlos-based college planning business, Westface College Planning. I host workshops on college planning and consult with parents on a daily basis. In addition to my insights, I bring in experts in many areas of the college process, from counselors, financial aid officers, student coaches, parents, and even students. You'll learn firsthand the ins and outs of how to pay for college and survive financially. In addition to our show, you can find lots of powerful information at our website, www.collegesmartradio.com. We have many articles that I've authored with up-to-date information on navigating the waters of paying for the runaway cost of college. I have a monthly e-newsletter full of content about college planning. We also have posted a glossary of key terms used in the world of college planning. Terms like total cost of attendance, FAFSA, CSS profile, student assets, base year, appeal letters, and so forth. And we have a link to our free community parent workshops that we host in San Carlos to teach parents how to pay for college and how the financial aid system really works. So let's get into today's show. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of career selection and why early career selection will help you tackle the runaway costs of college. 3 key questions that college-bound students are tasked with are, what college should I go to? What will I major in? And what career do I want? Those are 3 very important questions, but they're often asked in the wrong order. The first question should be, what career fits me? From the career choice, the majors that lead to that career will fall out. Then the easiest task is to find colleges that offer those majors. Our guest today is Lisa Mader, whose passion is working with high school and college students to maximize performance towards best fit outcomes for college, major, and career. Lisa is the president of LEAP, Learning Enrichment and Assistance Program. LEAP has prepped thousands of students for college entrance exams, privately advised students on selecting careers, colleges, and majors, and assisted students in writing effective essays for their college applications. Her experience as a high school teacher, coupled with her master's degree in administration, and being a certified Berkman consultant, provide an excellent foundation for helping thousands of families. Lisa is also a member of the National Association of College Admission Counselors. Hi, Lisa. I'm so pleased to have you as a guest on our show. Welcome to College Smart Radio.
Thanks, Beatrice. I'm so glad to be here.
Lisa and I first met at a college planning relief conference for college financial advisors a few years ago, and she's offered me a wealth of knowledge that I've been able to share with many of my parents and students. Lisa, today's news is filled with headlines about low college graduation rates. The U.S. Department of Education reported that only 58% of recent college students are graduating. And that's the number within 6 years. 58% of the students graduating, but it takes 6 years.
Yep.
And we hear all over the news what a tough time new college graduates are having finding a job. Recent stats state that half of those students that did graduate can't find full-time jobs. What advice do you give to parents and students to avoid being on the wrong side of those statistics?
Well, I think for both of us, Beatrice, when we're working with families, myself on the more academic side of the college selection and yourself on the financial side, it's really about starting early and taking plenty of time to do your homework. On my own blog, on my website, I wrote this past week, really aimed at even talking to freshmen and sophomores who oftentimes are not really that worried about college, and just saying, you've got to start setting yourself up now so that you're in a good light when the time comes to make those college decisions. Giving it the time that it deserves so that they're making informed, intelligent choices. You know, going into college as an experiment or your selection can get very, very expensive. So instead of experimenting, doing the hard work, and it's really flowing it into the rest of life. Academics aren't going to stop. The extracurriculars that our kids have, they're so busy, that's not going to stop. So the family needs to step back and make a plan to be able to flow that in and fit it in with the time that they have to make good decisions.
So I brought up the point about order of tasks related to career selection, major selection, and college selection. What is the best process or order?
Well, really, most kids, and I feel for the kids. I work with teenagers. I've worked with teenagers for over 20 years, and they all feel that pressure to answer the question of where are you going to go to college? And it seems like the second they're able to answer that question in the senior year of high school, the next question that's thrown at them is, well, what are you going to major in? Most kids are doing it in that order. Where am I going to go to college? They get there, then they figure out what they're going to major in, and then finally it's, what in the world am I going to do with this college major that I have? What career am I going for? We're trying to turn that upside down. We're actually reversing the order. We're aimed at students having fulfillment over their lifetime, and so we are more focused on the 40-plus years that the student may end up being in the world of work instead of just the 4 years that they're going to be in college. So we say, let's take it out to career first. Find what are you wired to do? What will bring you fulfillment in your life for 40-plus years as far as career fulfillment? Now let's back up and see what college major or majors feed to that career. If you want to be an engineer, you've got to get an engineering degree, as you know, Beatrice, because that was your original path in your undergraduate. Nursing, same thing. Education, same thing. But there are many careers that you can look at a variety of college majors that could feed to that career. If you interview, 10 people in the same career, they might have very different paths of getting there. So we talk about what are we wired to do first. Then we back up and say what major or majors would well prepare me for that career path. And then finally, as you mentioned, the easy part really is what colleges are well respected for those majors that actually are a fit for the family in many ways. We're not going to ignore that the student might want to have a small school or a very large school. We're not going to ignore that they maybe want a private school or a public school. We're going to look at those demographic requirements that they have and then make sure that the colleges that are meeting the requirements are well respected for the majors that will feed to that future career.
Lisa, I know you've shared with me a little bit of the scientific data behind career selection. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. When we're doing career selection, this is scientific. This isn't, fly by the seat of your pants. It's not pull it out of thin air. We're actually going back to data, and that's extremely, extremely important to us. We're pulling data in several areas. So one is the student's academic profile. As a student is coming to us as oftentimes a junior or a senior in our Leap to College to Career coaching, we need to look at what are the grades that they're bringing, what work have they done and what are the grades that they have. That GPA, whatever it is at the end of the junior year, quite frankly, is what they're applying to college with. And that's, why we've got to talk to freshmen and sophomores as well so that they're focused on that. You don't have 4 years of grades. You've got 3 years of grades to get into college with. We also need to look at ACT and SAT scores. Those can be key in qualifying for scholarships as well as getting into college. We want to get the student's opinion on what are their favorite subjects in school, what have they done well in, where have they excelled, where are they taking honors classes. Those come into play. Some colleges will even take the GPA, pull out all the fluff, reconfigure it to look at only the core course GPA, and then look at the rigor there. So we're looking at the student's academic profile first. We also turn to data on careers. When I say data on careers, the Department of Labor, through the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, gives us great data on expected income from families, for expected income for careers, growth of careers. Just let's take engineering, for example. Not all fields of engineering are growing. Some are, some aren't. What are the unemployment rates, things like that. So we, through our tool, even though a student, and I've got a good example of a student recently, came to me, was interested in possibly being an architect, and he, quite frankly, based upon his personality and his academics, he would have been a great architect. But what we know about careers is that the number one highest unemployment rate of all college majors coming out of a bachelor's degree is in architecture. So I would not be giving good advice if I told that student to pursue a career in architecture at this time. Hopefully that'll turn around in the future, but that's the case now. So we look at all of that. And then finally, we look at scientific data on personality. And we use the Berkman tool, the Berkman method, to do that.
Hey, Lisa, I'd like to hear a little bit more about the Berkman method. I think that's going to be really valuable information. We're going to take a break right now. You're with us on College Smart Radio, where my guest today is Lisa Mader, president of LEAP, an independent college counselor who works with high school and college students every day to guide them in career, college, and major selections to ensure they make the right choices with their valuable college money. We all know that college is expensive and will most likely be some of the most costly years for a family. We'll be right back with Lisa Mader on College Smart Radio.
For more information on today's topic, visit collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1517. College Smart Radio continues in moments on AM 1220 KDOW. Contact Beatrice Schultz at collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1517. Now, back to College Smart Radio with your host Beatrice Schultz on AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back to College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway costs of college. I'm Beatrice Schultz. I'm talking with Lisa Mader about the importance of career selection in the college planning process. Lisa, we were just discussing the scientific data behind career selection, and you were going to introduce the Berkman method. What is that?
The Berkman method is a personality assessment tool that's been around since the 1950s. Millions have taken it, over 3 million people at this point. It is a very powerful tool. It actually yields 77 measurements of personality, which just, kind of blows my mind. It's measuring things like how an individual approaches their work. It looks at what interests of the individual would drive career satisfaction. It assesses their interpersonal style. It looks at their preferred work styles. And the real big power behind it, the heart of the Berkman, is 33 core personality measurements that we get on an individual. When I decided several years ago, after being in this business for about 10 years, that I wanted to help coach students into the right career, not just help them find the right college, at that time I started looking at all sorts of different tools that were out there to help me with it. And I didn't go into this saying, I'm going to use the Berkman tool for this purpose. I went into it saying, what's available out there that could be used for this purpose? And I settled on the Berkman because I felt like it was many of the other assessments out there all wrapped into one, and quite frankly, on steroids. It's just got that much to offer.
Earlier this year, I took Lisa's Berkman test myself to better help me understand how it might help my clients. And one of the things I found interesting, Lisa, is sort of the supplemental questions about career choice. And one section of the questions that resonates in my mind was a question, if you had the skills and could earn the same income, which career path would you choose? And I really thought it took away the anxiety of whether I had the skills for the job and concern over whether a career choice would financially provide the lifestyle I wanted. And it definitely allowed me to answer the questions with a more open mind than some of the other types of career personality tests that I had. So why is the Berkman the best tool for career selection?
Well, I do love that particular question because that's where we get to the heart of the interest that we need to get embraced to have career satisfaction. Now, let's not be wrong. One of the very important things that we